Hello everyone, and welcome back to another episode of FoolCraft. No cool glasses intro, no silly hat intro. Once again, we're in this place, and I got a confession to make. Okay, this project is nowhere near good enough. I'm a slow learner sometimes, and for some reason, I had put off doing the maths. I kept coming over here every other day, logging in, checking out how many copy singularities we were up to, and I was thinking, right. 172, but how many do we actually need in total? So I went through the mod and did the math, and we need about 1,500 to craft all the different things from this mod of each and every one of these singularities. So that means in about 20 months we'll have enough. This ain't good enough, and this thing right here is actually working faster than the last time you saw it. Now it turns out that there is indeed a bug where this thing can lose its that right there, its filter, which this one clearly has done in front of us. And when it loses its filter, what we do is we go and put a red thing on that right there. So more of these lost their filters, but I also got all of them back up and running again. And I put a different ender chest on here. Now if we open it up, you'll see that lots of stuff is whizzing into it. And if we open this one, well, it should have been just ores going into there, but I guess more of these have lost their filter. This one right here. And I guess that means they're currently backing up, because this thing can only go so fast. That one's lost its filter. This probably means all of them have lost its filter by now. That one's still got it. This is crazy. So this is a bug that's known about. There's actually like a wiki somewhere with a bug report for it. So it's a known thing. It's not exclusively happening to us right here. And it really sucks, because those filters are really useful. And you have no power, which is slightly worrying. There shouldn't be an issue with power. Anyway, that might mean this one up the top, we can now look in it and see. There you are. Yep, stuff is slowly getting zapped out of it, and now the only thing that should be going into it is ores. There you go, see, ores right there. But anyway, we know how this system works. Let me show you where that red and yellow ender chest goes to. It goes down here, and as you can see, I've put the conduits on all sides, all with speed upgrades, and it can zap all of the things out there really quickly. And I had a comment from someone pointing out that rather than using the filtering system we did on that side, we could have gone straight to the drawers, and that works if we do this. So there is a priority of -1 on the trash can and 1 on the drawers. So if it can't put it in the drawers, it goes to the trash can, and for that reason we have been smelting a lot more ores than normal, and the singularities have been coming in a little bit faster. But it is late in the season here on FoolCraft, and we really need to get this job done. So we're going to be looking at a different way of doing this, one that has been suggested to me many times, and I've not really taken too seriously. I wanted to try other things first. It's the mini moos right here. And there's actually a quest line for this. The first thing involves us killing 64 mini-moos, which I do not particularly like the sound of. Now, a friend of mine, Sven, who has been actually helping out making all of the quests in here. Well, I don't know about all of them, but he makes the... Which mod is it? Miniature mobs. This one right here, the statues mob, and has also been doing the quest lines and stuff, and has shared with me a farm design using mini-moos that is going to pump loads and loads of this stuff out. Now, False has already got some mini-moos over here. That's really good to see. And then, of course, we've got this thing working over here. So we're producing lots of essence. And we're actually going to need essence, because what we're going to do is use the essence to create mini-moos using an auto spawner. And then we're going to put the ones that we want for the singularities, remember there's 10 different types in total, in front of ranchers, which are going to basically suck the juice out of the mini-moos. That sounds really strange. If we go into here, there is something that I've forgotten, and that is safari nets. Reusable ones are probably the ones we're after. So we will take those, and then we will make some more. Probably 10 in total makes sense, since we're doing 10 different types. And I believe that is 10 right there. I'm also going to try and do that quest line as well. And in the end, mini-moos seem to spawn everywhere. So I might take a trip there and kill a bunch, which is a very cruel way of getting started. Now let's have a look here. Pulsating iron. Was that water? Water mini-moo. A red one here is iron. Well, iron is one of the ones, so we need that. Then we've got solarium. I saw emeralds zipping around, which is one of the ones we don't need. Remember, emeralds and diamonds we don't actually use to craft. And that looks like it might be it. I see cobalts. That's not one of the blocks, is it? Looks like we just got one here for now. Okay, the night has come round, and I'm trying to remember where I sleep on this server. Like, where is the bed that I use to pass the night time? Have I spent so much time underground that I can't even remember where the bed was? This is baffling to me. Maybe what we'll do is just put on the night vision helmet and continue onwards. Maybe it'll come back to me wherever the bed is. Like, it doesn't have its own room, I'm pretty sure. Somewhere, though, there should be a bed. Because I have passed the night in the past. Wow, that is truly baffling me. In here, as you can see, there are more fluid cows. So this is a good way for us. Apparently, I want to eat. I don't want to place down a fluid cow. I want to eat. Did that... Hi, do I have to take those off the offhand? Is it invisible? I don't know what's going on. I could hear... Okay, clearly this isn't working. Aha, there is a rancher over here. Looks like False was on the right path for doing all of this stuff. And by the way, she has left the server, and also I've tidied up all of that over there, since half of it was kind of broken. So we actually did an episode where we sorted out the essence, and that's going to come in useful here. However, what we'll do eventually is let these mini moos roam free and use a rancher to get the essence from them. Now over here is going to be our spawning area where we're going to spawn them in. And if we have a look over here, the way I've set this thing up is I think it pulls essence from this ender tank right here. However, so does this tank, and we've stored an absolute boatload of the stuff. I mean, that's a crazy amount. So let's throw down an extra one over here. Let's go to, well, it's got to receive some power from somewhere, first of all. And then we want to go to liquids, and we want to receive and send. So we're going to take from here and send it somewhere else. Do you know what? We'll also do a pull on that side, so it should be able to take in some of that stuff. And then we're going to push it over here. So once again, got to set up the power in the liquid. So going on the farm design that Sven sent me, he had his dimensional transceivers pumping the liquid directly into this stuff, which doesn't seem to be possible now. If I put a tank underneath, it started to pump the essence in, which is cool. And actually, we're not going to use a dimensional transceiver at all. I'm just going to put that drum there for now, and that should provide it with plenty of the stuff. So this thing, well, it's almost ready to go. It does actually need energy, doesn't it? And is it using that energy? It doesn't also have this in. Where did the thing go? Oh no! Wait, did this take it? It took it. Okay, now it receives power. I think that on the server today, these dimensional transceivers are being buggy because I had to use a conduit, which means I probably could have used a liquid conduit. So we're almost there. We just got to put that in now, and it should go. And it's going to spawn an exact copy, and I've completely forgotten what type of moo cow this was. Aha! It was the Iron Mini Moo. Hello, Mr. Iron Cow. You are going to get ranched for all your goodness. It just kind of occurred to me that we might be able to store all of these things in the same area together. If we just have a rancher, it's going to sort of look in front of it, and I believe there is a way to show you the area that it looks for as well, and then it's going to take the juice from the cows. We've already got 3 of them. This is crazy stuff right now. So this once again needs some essence and energy, and then it's going to output something somewhere. So I managed to get the essence to work for a dimensional transceiver, but got to use a different channel from the regular one. So we've got essence 2, and we're kind of pumping it up to there, and then this one's pulling from here and pushing it downwards. So this acts as a massive buffer to store stuff, but now it gets moved to over here. This thing has got essence, and I actually don't think the rancher needs essence. This is something different. So I think right now I need to stop recording and go figure out how the rancher works. Now, I might have left this running for a little too long, but this helps us get those 64 mini moo kills. Do you see what I did there? Kill, mill. Tried to combine the words, didn't I? Yeah, this will help us get there nice and easy so we can start that quest book. Okay, so in my inventory, I've got a precision sledgehammer. This is going to show us... Aha, that explains a lot. That explains a lot. It shows us the area of that, right? If I look at this one, it shows us the area of this as well. It's facing the wrong way, so we're going to grab that, and then the cows are probably going to sprint underneath it and cause me a bunch of grief. Now, I think I placed it from the other side. Oh, yes, you are. Oh, yes, you are. Well, the ones that stand under there get killed. That's all I'm going to say. Aha! This time it's facing the right way. So any cows inside that area, we've got 2 overlapping areas, which isn't particularly helpful. Maybe if I stand in this corner. Now you can see it. So when they stand in that area, they are going to get milked by this block. Isn't that right? And already it's full of crazy amounts of molten copper. So the next step is to find a way to turn it into blocks. And I think the way False did it is the way I probably would have done it. But again, we're using Sven's design here. And there is this mod called Tinker.io. And I spotted this earlier in the series. And I was considering making a smeltery over in this space before we built the reactor over there. And do you know what? I haven't checked on how much Iscalium we've had in a long time. But I decided against it because I don't really use the Tinkers that much. But this looked really cool. It's got all kinds of upgrades and stuff. And what we want is the smart output. And we don't have seared stone. Yikes, which we need a smeltery to do. Let's go grab some stone to make this. Regular stone, smelted and all. Have we got some? We do. And I think there's still a smeltery over at our very first base. So with that smeltery, I made just the right amount, 4 in total, so smart output, that is now ours. Let's put a little bit of this junk back inside of there. And now what we've got to do is make a basin upgrade for it, which is this thing right here. It requires 4 basins and some obsidian, we got that, and it needs slot upgrades. Now we're going to make 8 of these as well. And as you can see, it's a little wormhole of crafting. So we need 9 of those. Hopefully we've got all the materials for this. And of course, at this late stage in the game, it should be just a case of breezing through it. Did I only make 8? Did I only make 8 of them? I thought I made 9. Oh, I know what went wrong. They only go into stacks of 8. Look, I can put that there, but I can't put the next one. So that makes sense. Anyway, there go the gold ones. And the next one are the diamonds. And these are the ones that we need, I think. We're going to need one of them for the upgrade, and the rest go into the block itself. So there it is. We've got the basin upgrades, we've got the smart output, and 8 of these as well. And I'm not sure that we need anything else. Now we need to get from that thing to this thing. So I think for now what we're going to do is just literally put it in the block behind it. And if we open this thing up, you can see the liquids are going in. Is it automatically pushing? We might have needed a conduit, but there appears to already be some in there. So now what we're going to do is put in this set of upgrades, which I think means it gets to hold more of this stuff. And then we're going to put in the basin upgrade as well. And you can see that it's making iron blocks. Now it is making those at a rate that I really like, because remember we need, is it 1,000 of those to make a single singularity? And now we're pumping them out pretty quickly. Also, these things aren't exactly contained to the area directly in front of it. In fact, they're kind of clustering up into this corner. So this is the setup that we're going to be using. I've now got to make this thing 10 times over for all of the different moo cows, and we ain't even found them all yet. We've only found iron so far. We are looking good over here. I'm just setting up this little thing. This fluid tank should be ready for us to configure. Yep. We want to push into there, we want to pull from here, and now it's going to send essence through on that channel. Now this area right here is beneath where we have our Singularity Room. So let's go up and check that out. Here it is. Remember we were going to build some farms down here to help us with the singularities? Well, we've ended up doing that, just not the farms that I thought they would be. Now we're going to need 10 farms in total, so I've made 3 floors. And you'll see in these little holding areas for the ranchers, I've got glass here. And it's because when I was building this, I liked the view of the lava down below. And I decided that we would keep that. And so this is the area where the little cows are going to go. And what we got to build is some setups on the back to get the Tinker.io stuff working with the rancher and move the drops up to the singularity things up above. Up to these blocks right here. Okay, which is probably just going to involve sending it into the system as a whole. Of course, our applied energistic system sends them to these drawers, and those drawers pump them into there. So that's how all of that works. But coming down to here, we're going to need 10 in total. So with 4 per floor, we have 4, we have 8, and then we have 12. So I figured 2 of them would be dedicated to essence. And we've got 5 cows in each of them. We've got our rancher and a drum. This thing holds up to 4 million, which is pretty cool. And it looks like that one's doing a far better job than this one is over here. That one has been running for slightly longer. Did I set up the liquid channel over here? I did. Okay. So it's sending that elsewhere. But that's it now. They sit there and do that. And they get the essence. And we need the essence for only spawning the cows, really. So we're probably never really going to need this stuff at all, right? Once we spawn them, all they do is sit in these little coops and get farmed by the ranchers. But one thing we do have to do is craft all of the stuff up. And so I noticed that there are a couple of seared stone cows sitting around. So I put them over here and changed this thing so that it would create these blocks. However, it's created 6 of them. and then it's just going to sat there doing nothing, which has had me worried, because I do remember something about these cows being nerfed, and I don't want it to go that slow. As you can see, that's not a lot. It's been like that for about 20 minutes. So anyway, I'm going to go grab some stone, fly over to the smeltery so we can get loads more of that, which means we're going to have to craft 10 of these smart outputs. Then we're going to have to do 80 slot upgrades and 8 of these basin upgrades as well. So a lot of stuff needs crafting right now. Well, alright then, we are kind of fully set up in this area right here. Gone around, put in all of these, put in all of the upgrades, spent some time crafting those. Added in conduits to move items from here into there. That gives power to this block so it can move the liquids into here. And this one is almost set up. It's produced 23 blocks of iron so far. It actually only produced 3 straight away, and then it kind of sat there for ages not doing anything. And then a few minutes later it just sort of kicked into gear and started making stuff again. But anyway, we've set up a channel for this called VFX Input, because I decided to do it through these things so we could have a nice compact little 4-block thing like that. The dimensional transceiver at the front here is also important to stop the mini moo cows jumping on top of the block and escaping. So if you haven't figured out what the next step is to go around and hunt all of the different cows. And that is, yep, we do jump up there. And that is after we do one more thing. I'm not sure where exactly I should put this, but it is up here that we import from our master input. What's that one? Or it was up here that we used to do it. Well, this thing right here has an export. Okay, that's not what I'm looking for. We're looking for an import bus around here. Whatever we had over there has clearly gone, so we're going to add a dimensional transceiver over here. Put the block below so we have the little markings around the edge, and we should be able to just shift click onto that. There we go. Acceleration for the input right there, and now we just got to give it the power and the same channel. There we go. So it's receiving that input. That means all of those iron blocks should have gone through, and because it's going into the ME system, or sorry, the applied energistic system, it'll make its way up to the top and go into the singularity. So that's iron sorted out. That should really accelerate the speed we are creating these singularities at. And what is next for us now? It is to start on that quest book, isn't it? And also go exploring for the 10 different types of moo, or sorry, 9 different types of moo. So far, I've apparently killed one of them. Let's do that again. That's not true at all, unless it needs to be a specific type, because I've killed quite a few from up top. I've been culling the herd, so to speak, over here, because this spawn has been running for a while. This thing needs configuring as well, because we now have a different channel for the essence. Let's send that in there. We're going to need our wrench to get it running again, because I've disabled it. And then we can kill more of these suckers. So let's do a little test. Okay, essence mini moo. Do you get counted? 47. Okay, it was aware. It took a while for it to catch up. So that's 3 more. Let's say that's 50, 52, 50. You're watching the slaughtering, people. It's not particularly pleasant viewing, I know, but it needs to be done, people. It needs to be done. Also, this thing here can go as well. And there it is. We needed one more. I didn't expect it to get it straight away. So let's open up our quest book. And, oh, there's 4 pages of... Oh, hidden commands, you say. Let's see what happens. You monster! I am a monster! I agree entirely. Jeez, it was horrible killing all those little creatures. They're so cute and adorable. Oh, that's great. How long's that going to stay there for? It's gone. It's gone. So I've been given some blood stuff. Yep, thanks for that. I'm not sure that's going to be particularly useful. Now we can go into the quest book and see what we have unlocked here. So, Yak Capone, I See Dead Cows, the crossover, Prime Minister of the Underworld, Breaking the Mod Pack, Trick or Treat, Veal Corleone, Ilmicchio, Hellspawn Cow, You Have Forsaken All the Cows, and Sacred Cow. These are things down the bottom here we want to talk about, and Tony. So these are just going to be like different types we have to find out there in the world, right? So that one appeared to be like a wither skeleton one. Then we have, well, actually, I'm not sure that says boss. Halloween, Spooky Moo. Are these just super rare? Oh, you got a face. You have a face. Do they all have a face? Okay, so there are boss ones. Scouter! Oh, that's amazing. And a zombie one. Oh, this is really cool. I have no idea where we would go to find these. But there you go. They are some crazy... Oh, you think you can trust your own members? Oh boy, I was wrong. The moment he could He betrayed me and decided to take down my gang. Please learn a little lesson. I will even reward you when you do it. Just don't tell the others. That doesn't make any sense to me as a hint to where we could find this fella. I was hoping that's maybe what the text over here would say. You get ectoplasm as a reward, lapis as a reward. So these ones we're not really going to focus on, I guess. But we could focus on these things down here. Oh, right. These are actually cows as well. So there is more stuff to this mod. If we go into here and type /@mini, like that for the Mini Moos mod, there's this stuff. Feed it to a fluid moo to improve quantity. So we can increase the rate at which they, well, not the rate, but the amount they output. This one here says feed it to a fluid moo to improve efficiency, so that should increase the speed. So we want to give both of those things, and this one to breed, and then that one is for a Demon Moo. So these two things right here, they don't have a recipe, thus meaning I don't know how to make it. And maybe in here there are some instructions, but it requires us to have this stuff. Well, we can craft that, but that's used for breeding. So let's make the book. Hi, there we go. Little bit of lag at the moment, apparently. Might be all those cows that I'm spawning. Okay, I do not know what this is then. This is not a book of instructions. Right, let's turn this thing over here off now. So with some research, I have learned that there are 7 different types of liquid available to us. All of them are in the Nether, so that's where our adventure begins. But, of course, not all of these things come in liquid form. The Nether quartz and the lapis don't. And the lapis worries me because we're short on that. Now, obviously, I can go and get a lot more stuff being farmed through the mystical agriculture stuff, but then that again means we're going to wait a long time before we can get all the lapis. So we need some ideas for lapis, but otherwise we're going to go in there and we're going to get the copper, the nickel, the lead, the tin, the silver, the redstone, the gold, and of course we've already got the iron. So 7 different types actually. I might as well just give myself 7 of these for now, and they're all supposed to spawn in the Nether. So let's go through and let's see what we can find over there. If this wasn't a cheaty, overpowered pack as it is, I'm going to use more of the mods in this to my advantage. Now we've got a giant mini-map on the screen, and it shows us the icon of the mobs. I've got a bad feeling, though, that it's only going to show us hostile mobs and not passive mobs. I'm assuming the mini-cows are classified as that type, right? So over here on the map we can see the wither skeleton, but I ain't seeing any mini-moos on there at the moment. I am studying it carefully. We've got an Enderman over here that's probably... Oh, fly away from that fella. It's got a strange cap on. Yeah, so this is my strategy now. This is my plan. Apparently Hermitrons spawn in the Nether. I didn't know that. Do you know what? I don't even want to collect this thing because we lost all of our Hermitrons. They're gone forever. I am saddened. I wanted to collect them all this season and we were getting pretty close with our quarries, mining them up for us, right? But that's no more. And not seeing any so far. Just flying around. The mini-map seems to not be able to keep up with us as well, which is kind of bad, so that might end up not being that useful. So I've given up, I've wussed out, and to be fair, I don't think I spent more than 3 minutes in there. I was thinking of asking Scalder and the team for help, but then I remembered something. This thing wants to spawn an exact copy. What if we said no? What would that mean? Also, let's go and grab our wrench, because I disabled this thing. What I should do to disable it is just take out the safari net, right? So it's not going to spawn an exact copy, and it's made a sap mini-moo. Okay, we've got a sap one. That's not what I wanted. Oh, we've got a sewage mini-moo. Uranium mini-moo. All the mini-moos. We got them a meat one. Oh, wow. Oh, wait a second. Hang on. You might be useful for the quarry project, which we're actually no longer using, I guess. It's spawning them out the wazoo. Look how many are coming through so quickly. Oh my goodness me, that was a terrific idea. Better than exploring the Nether, wouldn't you say? A sunshine mini-moo. There's one thing I wanted. It was some liquid sunshine. So we were getting a lot of particular types of cows coming through in the overworld. So maybe we do need to be over here in the Nether. So we just moved the setup over here. Took a few minutes to do that. We've got a sheep observing the action. Why is there a sheep in the Nether? I got no idea. And what do we get? Lava mini-moo. Platinum. This looks more promising. Brass. Yep, we're getting metals. Iron, dark steel, terra steel. Come on now. Come on now. Solarium. What are you? Ardite. Don't run away from me. We're getting all the rarer ones. I want the more common stuff. It's kind of hard to focus on them. They love to run around as well, don't they? Lead, you are mine, good sir. Bam, there we go. Awesome. So we just want to wait really and collect them all one by one. You're not one of the cows, but you're doing your best to fit in, I'll give you that. And peeps, I've got all of it except for redstone, which I think is destabilized redstone. These are all based around those things right there. There's redstone alloy, so I might have got it confused when doing my research. Redstone alloy is not the same thing. So destabilized redstone might come from the end or the overworld, so we'll have to do a little bit more of that. But in here I've got all of the other ones. We've got tin, silver, nickel, gold, lead, and did I get copper? I guess we could do a little check over here. So you are nickel, that's very good. Let's clear this up a little bit. And that one, bam. Then we have lead, silver, gold, essence, and tin. I've already forgotten what one I needed. Oh. Well, I got the destabilized redstone in the end, but I don't know why I thought that would work. There's actually no recipe to turn this into redstone. I was just checking it out. So that was a little bit silly of me. And, oh, is everything else here working? I haven't checked on all of it. I think it should be. There we go. We've got molten nickel. So I think there was one fluid cow that I hadn't sussed out, but I'm at a point in my day where I'm going to take a break. So this stuff will be running for a while, and I'm going to do a singularity count before I go. But another thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to turn on our quarries again. I actually turned them off. And this time what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a redstone and lapis chest to the storage drawers that we're using, right? I don't know why I called it a chest, because it's a drawer. So if we get these with redstone and lapis on, and what I'm doing is I'm doing this first, because as soon as you add it to that system, some other item is going to go in there, although the whole thing has been disabled at the moment, so I can set this up. But yes, that's what we're going to do. We're going to farm these materials as well from the quarries. And here's your singularity count, by the way. We're going to come back and look at that in a moment to see how much we produce in a short amount of time. Well, 2.5 hours have passed by, and a couple of these ones that we're farming have ticked up by 1 or 2 singularities, which ain't fast enough, and I got some ideas on how we're going to increase the speed. We could increase the quantity of the mini moos as well. But first of all, we got to get a copper cow, and I think there might be another one that I missed as well. Oh, and I'm also going to hook up a couple of importers or something over here to take this lapis and this redstone out of the system. This is from our quarry system, and so we should see some activity going on there. Why are the quarries not running? Oh. How very bizarre. It seems that the connection between the two blocks has somehow failed, and so I've got to go around and replace all of these. Is that what you're telling me? That seems to be so. So I have 4 copper moos, and I've just found another one. Bam. There we go. So we're farming that stuff. And also, one of the other copper moos that I had turned out to be a full moo. I don't know what you do, but I'm holding on to you. Now, our next job is to look for a particular type of rare moo cow that only spawns in the Nether. And my life now is looking at a crowd of adorable mini moos run around like crazy. We're looking for, I think it's called the Forsaken or the Demon Moo. And it should have a little bit of a darker skin than the rest of these. Its colour is like an orangey red. But I haven't seen one yet, and they're supposed to be very rare. And I'm hoping that it will jump out because, you know, the skin is sort of darker. But when it gets like this is bad for the server. This is bad for, you know, Minecraft in general, having lots of entities together. There doesn't appear to be a Demon Moo in this corner, so we have to cull the herd like that. And the splash damage on this thing is nuts. It's too effective. This is now an XP farm. I'm getting loads of essence and sulfur from this as well. And this is just what I'm going to be doing for a while now. Apparently I had the wrong idea about the Forsaken Moo. It's supposed to spawn somewhere out here in the wild. It won't spawn from a spawner. And that is a Nyan Cat Ghast. It's got a tail. I really want to show you the tail. Look at that. Oh, hilarious. It's a shame it's looking at me because we can't see its tail now. Maybe I should try hiding from it. Remember that Ghast? I found its friend, the Magma Cube. I've been exploring for a bit now. It's not a great process because you just kind of fly around and hope you see something. And there's no signs of cows. I haven't seen a single cow wherever I've gone yet. And I'm flying all over the place. Stuff is spawning all the time. Going through nether fortress, going up high, going down low. Haven't seen a single cow in here. I have given up for today. I was hoping to find those special moos and use them to upgrade these moos over here. You can see they've got quantity and efficiency ratings right there, which we could increase. So instead, I will be farming more moos. We're going to put about 15 in each of them. I think this one right here is 15. And I've also finished decorating this area. Now, I've done it with night vision on, so we need to put some lighting in here, and I'm hoping we can make it nice and moody, as this place is probably going to be very dark. And this is what I've gone for. Diorite walls, okay? It's got a little bit of a charm to it, and now that the light goes off, maybe we'll put one directly there. Ooh, lighting bugs. Lighting bugs are not good. Where are we going to put these lights? Maybe behind the machines? I'm not sure, but I'll put them somewhere, and I'll get more moos in here so we can farm stuff quicker. And hopefully we're going to get to creating our infinity armor and our infinity tools a little bit quickly. A little bit quicker would be the correct word, but it still might take some time. Anyway, guess what? That's it from me, this episode of FoolCraft. I do hope you have enjoyed it. If you have, hit the like button. As always, thank you for your support on these videos, and I will see you in the next one. Ciao for now. Bye-bye.